Hi, Xavier.
Right.
I beat him to it.
Yep. So, anyways, he is here with me, just hanging out. But look, it's part of the deal. We moved to Norton Commons, and we're a little further out now. So it's a couple days a week. I'm like, you know what? Just you're gonna have to
the drop off, the drop off pickup schedule.
Yeah.
And he's getting to the little more of the self-contained unit now.
Oh yeah, no, it's not bad. Yeah, I'm like, look, he's got a new the new Fortnite season come out this weekend. Apparently, it was I guess I thank you. I've learned that it was a surprise drop. I guess they had a live event, and then at the end, it was like, chapter 6, season 3. So, yeah. So, anyways, that was that. So we'll do
Tanner
that
in the booth.
I can't find my sounder.
He can't find his sounder.
Go
That's
figure.
okay.
James Black said he had a sounder that he might not like because
James said.
Is it something you don't like or something, Tanner?
James is like,
also known as Tanner Brutamesso.
I like
There
it.
we go.
Okay.
Oh, he got a full one.
Yeah, like that's no joke. That's
not a drop. That's a tag.
that's a full like what?
Yeah.
Brutamesso.
I'd be a little pissed if I was you, Chase. What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Well, he is in here. Nick will be joining us in the second hour. So yeah, it's because we're the smorgasbord of producer show.
Okay, so speaking of producer, are the phone lines open before I say it out loud, Tanner? If the phone lines are open, 8150-939 is the number, 3831-939 is the text line. Steve, what was your experience over the weekend?
Oh my gosh. I mean, first off, just take a moment to realize, like, we're going to the College World Series. I mean, Marcus, 2 weeks ago, all we were talking about was like, man, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Like, I mean,
Steve,
we're falling.
I believe with all my heart that they were ready for a postseason run.
I know you and the rest of the liars. It was like, man, they're falling down the stretch. They're getting busted. They lose. They get run. You're like, you're getting smoked by Pitt. And it's like, oh God. like this is, are we even gonna make the tournament? You were kind of like, all right, and then what happens? You get a draw and you get Vandy, the number 1 overall.
You're like, of course we did, Steve.
And we're like, yeah.
Was that? Did you feel like that was like your death march once you saw Vandy in the 1 seed?
Yeah, because it was like we beat them earlier in the year, but it's like, man, they're the number 1, and they're rolling.
I knew with the return of Klein, Steve, it was gonna be a different team.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did, because it was probably you. So you on that little island by yourself, because I would have never. I mean, I said in a production meeting a couple weeks ago.
Don't say this out loud, Steve.
And we're in there and we're talking about schedules and stuff. And I think it was like Louis made the joke. Louis made the joke of like, I mean, if they make a run to Omaha, or something like that. It was like, everybody was kind of like, yeah, I mean, probably not going to happen.
I would have addressed Louis in that meeting. I would have said, hey, it's obvious that they're going to make a run, Steve. So we need to clear the table.
Well, and we did. And that's exactly what happened, because now you have this Louisville team is heading to Omaha, and it's man, what a scene this weekend. How much fun was that? I have to admit, I got a couple of confessions on this one, Steve. Number one, the visuals, right? Yeah.
For some reason, I turned like, I don't know if you want to call it an old fogey around Derby time, we get just super appreciative. I'm telling you, Steve, whenever they did like maybe the 7th inning stretch or a rejoin, when they showed that frontal view with Churchill Downs in the background.
Yeah.
Like that's not like I'm not invested in, in the Derby sport like that, but I was just like, God, I just kept on yelling, like, God, that's a beautiful backdrop to the Jim Patterson Stadium.
But if you flip it, Marcus, you get the football stadium and the city of Louisville skyline. Golly. Like you can't tell me that this stuff isn't built. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking
with that in mind.
I know just the schematics of just the way the backdrop is, and then all I'm thinking about is the people who are just seeing it one time. Just seeing the first time, flipping through, like that visual is enough to make you stop for a second and say, let me see what's going on with this Louisville thing. It looked the part. And of course, Steve.
Yeah.
Your basketball team video.
Oh, how great was that?
How great was that, Steve?
Yeah. We got Nurse Amy on the phone.
See them out there supporting that way.
And being student. Look, don't you dare take this from me, Steve, what I'm about to say. Student athletes out there just being college students. They're not mercenaries, Steve.
It is very rare that you get
they're human beings and students.
In this day and age.
I don't care if they drove off in a Bugatti, Steve.
Yeah. Look, they drove their their Lamborghinis down there. And,
it's just a small college town. Michael Brown is just a small college town kid
millionaire
enjoying.
Sorry, yeah,
it's just enjoying a nice game of baseball.
Combined.
Just Michael Brown's already lost more money than most of us will ever have in our lives.
He's Ric Flair in that one promo.
Yeah.
I spent more money on spilt liquor, but you're 18. How wrong?
Yeah, like he is. We got some phone lines.
Phone lines. Definitely hit the phone lines.
Let's kick it off with Nurse Amy. Nurse Amy, welcome in. How we doing?
Hey guys, I've talked to you for a long time, but I have a funny story for you. So, we went Friday, we went Saturday, we went Sunday. My 16-year-old dug deep in my husband's closet. And do you remember the football game that we played Miami? We won.
Yeah.
My husband had a T-shirt from back then. It's probably older than my son. It says "Sucks to be you." And so my son drug that out Sunday and wore it to the game. And then afterwards, we're walking through the stadium underneath. The Miami fans are dirty looking us. And then as we get on the field, the players, the family members, all of them want a picture with him with that shirt. It was so much fun.
Oh,
so much fun.
That is fantastic.
Did they try to bribe you for it? Did anybody try to pay you for it?
Yes, they all wanted to know where we got it, where we had it made. And it's like, that shirt is like 17, 18. I don't even remember when we played it, but it was before he was born. I'm like, that shirt is older than he is. He dug it deep out of my husband's closet.
That's a treasure.
But it was so worth it.
Oh, that's great.
Keep that in the family.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
No matter
much for
what
that story, we appreciate it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Tanner, you're good. Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's the type of man. That's the type of stories, the type of calls that you get off a weekend like that. I mean, how great! Like, I couldn't have scripted a better, perfect opening call of somebody just calling and saying, "Oh my gosh, I've got a story about this weekend." Like, that's something we found this old shirt and it was a Miami shirt and then we won and all the players were like, man, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
The Viking chant, you know what I'm saying? Just the Cards chant, look, my guy in the background, the microphone picking him up the whole time. Like I said, it had all the kids up in the front enjoying the hot dogs. Like, it was the complete. Listen, the weather cooperated. It cooperated as much as you could possibly ask for.
Considering all we got was a little pause on Friday. I mean, look, you can't ask for more. Because there was a little worry about the weather going into the weekend. And And it was one of those where it couldn't have worked out much better.
Yep. Keith, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, Keith.
Good morning.
Morning.
How we doing today?
Great.
Good. Doing well.
Good deal. My deal is, the last month of our season was absolutely atrocious. The pitching was bad. The mistakes on the bases were bad. And Marcus, you hit it dead on the nail, brother. Getting Matt Klein back was absolutely the key to all of this. Just such a difference in catching when you got somebody back there with some experience and some games under their belt. And I'm not downgrading the two guys that took his place, but man, what a difference! What a difference that made in our lineup, getting that left-handed bat and some power and some defense behind the plate. It just made all the difference in the world. And once we got that back and we got some guys on the mound that started concentrating and locating the strike zone, man, we were good to go. So it was a great weekend. Enjoyed being out there Friday, and it was hotter than hell. But on to Omaha we go, guys, and let's get her done. Thanks for the call.
That's great.
Appreciate
Keith.
the call.
Appreciate the call.
Yeah, listen, my man Double E was willing and dealing all weekend.
Oh my gosh. Look at him, man. Look, Double E. I love it.
Yeah,
Double E.
Yo, let's go E squared.
I mean, speaking of Klein, I mean, listen, the play of the weekend for me was the 1-2-3 double play. I mean,
ooh,
my God, man, which he was involved in, which ended up being
I just want the record to show if my mic was on during that game, the broadcast would be canceled. And that play alone almost gave me a heart attack because I have to listen to it through Moth before.
Yeah.
And then I'll watch it off the TV. And I did not know what happened. I was like, oh my God, it's bases loaded.
I know.
Oh, what a play.
Well, because that was the spot where I was kind of like, okay, bases loaded. We had just had a nice little inning ourselves.
You're just saying hold it to one, hold it to, just minimize the damage.
And I'm going, okay, maybe the Magic's run out. Like their bases loaded, one out. Like, okay, they're at least gonna score a couple here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, okay. James Black's in perfect uniform today. Red khakis, red polo. He was like, I just wanted to point it out. I'm like, yeah, you look nice, man.
Well, listen, Steve. Speaking of what he just said, allow me to give a little behind the scenes confession. I said I got a couple. This is another one. So, a partner of mine wanted to come over and watch the game. Right?
Okay.
Partner wasn't going to be available till later on. So I said, cool. Okay. I'll lay off the game, just record it. We'll check it out, right?
It's psychotic, but sure.
So I'm usually on Sunday. I can lay off the social media, I can get some cleaning done. I can stay occupied, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I had to record it, and I said, go to Kroger.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the game plan, Steve. Go to Kroger. Put your headphones in. Don't make any eye contact. I don't know the result of the game.
Yeah.
So it's Marcus versus Kroger. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's you ever seen those videos of the animals like I walk through the valley of the shadow, like with the cat walking past all the German shepherds or something?
Absolutely.
That's how I felt in Kroger, trying not to make any eye contact, trying not listen. But here's the problem. I kept my eye. Oh, this is pretty funny, Steve. I kept my eye level below the neck as much as I could.
Okay.
Insert joke there. I kept my eye level below the neck of everybody I could. Okay. Problem is, I'm just trying my hardest not to get the result.
Right.
I'm just seeing so much Louisville gear, right? And I'm trying to justify it in my head, like, maybe that's just what they decided to put on today. Maybe, and then I'm like, come on, Marcus, you would not see this much Louisville gear if it was just a bad result. And I'm like, but yes, you would. Like people, even after losses, they do rep pretty good, especially on a day like this. So I'm trying, Steve. So I get my little food, whatever. I'm checking out. And I'm looking away. Like I said, anytime I see any red, there's just so much red and white everywhere. And I'm like, they must have won. You know, like
I know.
I'm like, but I still don't want to know.
Yeah.
So Steve, I get through the checkout, and you know how, like, what's that movie, Leon, where Leon's the assassin? Do you know that movie, Tanner? Oh, wait, it's a little girl. It's a little girl wants to be an assassin. It's a Texters. Help me with that. Point being, Texas, if you know the movie, the guy's name is Leon. He's an assassin. He saves a little girl and then teaches her a little bit how to shoot or whatever. Somebody's gonna give it to you real quick. Psychotic cop, you know, is on
Leon the Professional.
The Professional. I knew everybody was gonna know what I'm talking about.
There we go.
Anyway, Steve. Steve, you know those movies where the guy like goes through all kinds of obstacles and all kinds of, you know, surviving, right? And he gets right to the end, and the camera is starts showing you the light, and it's opening up, and he's right to the light, and it goes, and you're like, oh no, that's how it was, Steve. I got through the checkout. I got the little Kroger thing, and as I'm seeing the light open up, I can't think of my guy's name. Corey, my bad. I can't think of his name, but I'm in the corridor to leave. The sliding doors have already opened up, and the guy says, "Man, they held on, didn't they?" No.
Yes.
I was like, no. Why did you say that to me?
Yeah.
And I said, man, I didn't even know. I didn't watch it. Now I gotta. But to be fair, I went straight home, got it on, watched the whole thing, every pitch. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, but gosh darn it, so I didn't get to enjoy it, the third game, as natural as all possible. But I still got to check it out. But yeah, and once I was like, you know, when I was leaving that place, I was like, God, if I was an out of towner, not knowing what's going on, it's like you would think there was like a national holiday for the Louisville Cardinals yesterday.
Right.
By the way, like I said, the public attire was.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, you know, people. I mean, again, anytime this happened in volleyball, you know, anytime you can compete for a national championship, like it's when it comes to your school, like it's a major deal.
Are we down to 8 teams?
Yeah.
Do you listen? I
think some of them finish up today, but it will be
from rain delays and stuff. My point is, if Omaha is 8 teams, you got to say that. And here, Steve, I know this is always your opportunity to make the UK comparison, the Cal comparison, the Elite 8 comparison, the years and years of us just saying, you choked. You choked in the Elite 8.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you make it to the last 8 teams,
I know, man,
eligible to win a championship, Steve, do you know how ridiculous that is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of all the Division I teams, you're in the final 8.
Well, and let me say this. In my opinion, there is, okay, hear me out. I believe you have the Final Four in basketball. Okay, it's kind of a benchmark, right? You have the playoff in football. Kind of a benchmark. Right? It's like, okay, that's the College World Series is that in baseball, in my opinion. Like that is the Final Four.
Yes.
Right? Like, does that make sense? Like you make the College World Series, it's like making the Final Four. Because if you make the Final Four, it's like, okay, we made the Final Four. If you make the playoff in football, that to me is, I'm going to say the equivalent, but hopefully people understand what I'm saying. Like that to me is like the equivalent of the event that is the Final Four.
It would have to be.
Yeah, like that is. Like,
I mean, it's celebrated as it's a banner. It's a banner.
Right.
You don't get a Sweet 16 banner. A Final Four,
Right.
get a banner if you're there.
100%. And that's kind of where I'm at with that, man. But I think, I mean, this is, when you look at it, imagine me saying this is Louisville baseball's 6th Final Four since 2007. You know, if you'll allow me to use the analogy, you know,
Yep.
hopefully people understand what I'm saying there. Hopefully I explained that right. But I mean, that's incredible. I mean, imagine if Louisville basketball had made 6 Final Fours since 2007. We would be like, we're on one of the greatest runs of all time.
And if you said 5 since 2007, you'd have somebody like Steve sitting around like, I don't know, man. Maybe the momentum is gone. Maybe.
I mean, I don't know if we're actually got, but did we win it?
But did we? Oh, imagine it. And again, imagine being the rival fan base saying, you choked 6 times.
I know. And go. That's what Kentucky basketball was under John Calipari. It was me and Marcus just slowly stabbing ourselves at home and then getting on the microphone going, you lost. Yeah, y'all choked.
You choked 5 out of 6 years.
And then going home and just like, I don't want to live through this.
the minute
in the sports.
Listen, I did a 2.5 hour YouTube show. The minute I logged off, I said, he can't keep getting away with this. He can't keep getting away with this. Wait, look,
man.
hoping every rumor about, Cal to the Knicks, Cal to the Lakers.
Every time one would pop up, man, just like, please, God,
and
I'll sacrifice it all.
It just ended up with more money and better recruits.
Yeah. That's it. Texter says winning the super regional is the equivalent of the Elite Eight and winning that region. Yeah, I agree. That's I'm glad people kind of got that.
How many baseball teams are in the playoffs or in the tournament?
Oh man, that's a great question. Well, you've got what, 16 regionals with 4, so 16 times 4. I'm suck at math. So if y'all, if that pause is y'all waiting on me to come up with the number.
Yeah, don't even worry. Yeah, listen, you painted
your time.
Listen, you painted it. Look, to me, I'm just gonna say it's the same as the basketball tournament. You painted enough of a picture when you say 4 16 team regions.
Yeah,
we're good.
I was like, yeah, there was just it felt like there was a pause, and I was like, I don't know if you guys are waiting on that. Yeah, good point, Texter too. That COVID season, people forget. That baseball team was like preseason number 1. And I know that.
I think on paper it was our best season to date, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
Boy, Nikki owes us big.
Right. Oh, Nick owes us all big. big. Not for missing hour 1.
He owes my sports programs.
I'm like, dude, I had a top 7 football or basketball team that year. I had in the net. I had probably one of maybe the best baseball team in the country that year. Like, yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. So, anyways, there's but yeah, that's a good point by the texter, because that could have been another one. So it was overall, man. It was just a fantastic weekend, and like you hear Nurse Amy's call, and I know there's a lot of calls like that. I heard a couple of people say, man, it was the first time I took my kids out to the game, and Dan McDonnell, and I'm not 100% sure yet if we'll play it later or not. It was Texas says 64 teams.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It was a tournament. Yeah.
How about that?
A tournament field.
I'm just saying y'all are all bad at math too, because it took that long.
You know what's
for me to get somebody.
Listen, Steve. I'm gonna tell you something, and you listen. You don't have to believe it, okay? If I were you, I wouldn't believe it. But I'm sure this has crossed your path recently, within the last 6 months to a year, on just scrolling. Have you seen the multiplication system where you draw lines, like you draw vertical lines, and then you draw horizontal lines, and the lines represent, like if you have 362, or like let's say 323, right? You draw 3 lines, right? Vertical lines. Then you go to the 2, you draw 2 lines. 3, you draw 3 lines, right? And if you're multiplying it by, let's say 2, then you draw 2 horizontal lines at the bottom.
Yeah.
You count the intersections, and that's what gives you your like, that's how you multiply like really long numbers, right? It's a whole new method of and it's like, where
that
was
sounds like that new math
Yeah.
they're teaching. I don't know.
Steve, I couldn't do it.
No, I'm like, I haven't
saw a
quite
video.
learned the old math.
I saw a video, Steve, and I went to my whiteboard and I tried it about 3 times and it didn't work for me. And it looked so simple. I'm sure it was only one thing that I was, doing wrong or something like that.
Sure.
But I actually did that to try to see, would that have changed? Would that have been life changing? When the guy showed it, it looked like the easiest thing you ever seen in your life.
The worst I ever felt in my life was when we got a transfer in. He ended up going to Pepperdine. His name was Poom. Okay, that was his name.
Mm-hmm.
He was I think he was Asian. I know that. But he come over and we were in pre-cal, right? Because I was taking pre-cal one of those years just because it was like college credit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right. So anyways, I was doing that, and like he'd come over and he kind of became friends with all of us. He was like a cool Asian kid. He could do like, and we were like, man, you're cool. You're with us. He's like really athletic and stuff. We're like, yeah, he could play basketball or anything, but he could like do flips.
No, Steve, you just described my neighbor who was across the street and 2 houses up.
Yeah.
And you see him, and he looks goofy and he looks nerdy as an Asian kid. Man, Steve, one day I saw him shooting in his backyard, and I told everybody in the neighborhood, I was like, hey, you know that kid can dunk?
Yeah. No, it was crazy.
I was I swear to God, I was just going up the street and I went past. I don't want to say an Asian name because it wasn't his name.
No.
But I saw him, Steve, dunking in his backyard, and I was like, you know what? Serves you right, Marcus. Because you would have thought that's the last person that had to. Okay, go ahead.
Well, no. You're right, though, because then, like, I remember we were doing some work, and they gave him this thing, and again, like, when he finishes the paper in like 5 minutes. I remember I looked over at him and I was like, boom. Hey. Like, I was like, I'm literally asking him, I'm like, is that like the real stereotype? Like, are you just that smart in math? He looked back at me. I'll never forget him right face. He's like, I'm not going to do the accent because I don't want to get canceled. But he looked right at me and was like, Steve, we did this in kindergarten. I'm like, okay. He's looking at me like, you guys are just now learning this? And then he kind of looked at me like, you're stupid.
Like, yes, yes, we are.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
Do we need to take somebody?
No. We'll probably get ready and get to a break here and get Tanner on schedule. A lot of people are referencing the interview from this morning, which was some heavy hitting stuff in there, man.
Let's get James Black on it to make sure we have it for the people. Let's take a quick commercial break here on 93.9 The Ville.
Our city's professional soccer seasons are underway, and ESPN Louisville listeners can take advantage of a special ticket offer today. Visit LouCity.com/ESPN for discounted tickets to Louisville City and Racing Louisville home games. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for the right place to enjoy a cold drink, it's tough to beat a night at beautiful Lynn Family Stadium. That's LouCity.com/ESPN for discounted Lou City and Racing Louisville tickets today. And remember, if it's Lou City, it plays on ESPN Louisville.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply. Available in app only.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Since 1971, Goober & Company has been a Louisville institution.
Good to go in 60, Maven.
Perfect ring, but Goomer is also your go-to for small repairs, done with care and respect for your budget. With a top-level jewelry buying experience, Goomer & Company makes every visit special. I've shopped there for years, and trust me, you'll feel the Goomer difference. Stop by Goomer & Company in Louisville at 225 South Richburg Parkway.
Hey, Cards fans, if you've been in an accident, there's one guy around here who's always got your back. That's right, Attorney Sam Aguiar. We've all seen how Sam goes over the top for the community, so just imagine what he and his team do for their clients. At Sam's firm, everyone gets their exclusive bigger share guarantee, so you always get more. Hurt in a car? Call Sam.
You good to come back in 30, Maven?
Yeah, it's that good. There's pizza. Good taste, happy taste. You place my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's surface on your face. It's that good. Yes, it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun. Yes, it is. We guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good. There's pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Are you getting ready to stock up for your next celebration? Whether you're planning a gathering or just need to restock, Liquor Barn has everything you need. Why leave the house when you can have all your favorites delivered right to your door? Order now from Liquor Barn for convenient delivery or pickup. Visit your nearest Liquor Barn store. Head to liquorbarn.com to download the Liquor Barn app and place your order for pickup or delivery. Shop Kentucky's favorite spirits, wine, and beer store online and enjoy more time for what matters the most. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Coming back in 90.
Okay, cool.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future, whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice. These are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the plan. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.com. shop.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of Remax Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Would you stop scheming and looking hard? I got a great big body.
That temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split like the one we use at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Steve, take a moment and think about your signature play from the weekend or from this Louisville baseball run. See if you can narrow it down to one or two before. Just take a second to think about that. Tanner, what made you use that rejoin?
Good song. I like 90s rap.
Do you funny? I gave him a thumbs up. I was like,
yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's I'm forgetting what the movie's called. Miles Teller plays Vinny Paz, the boxer who got into a car accident that ended up with him in a neck brace, and then he came back, and then that the movie starts off with that song when he's doing his weight cut, and I was watching
what is the name of that movie? I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I heard it though in the beginning of the movie, and I was like, "Ooh,
do you know the name of that rapper?"
I know it's Audio too. I don't know the guys' names. And
song is sampled for. Can you bring it back up? Just play it a little bit. So it doesn't show the name.
No, it just says Audio too.
They said the name of it. His name was DJ Milk.
Oh yeah, wait, I did know that.
I hate when people do that. Oh yeah, I did know that. I do that all the time, Tanner.
No, but it sucks when you actually did.
Yeah.
Like when you hear,
I know
like,
the song.
Wait a minute, I knew that. Yeah.
The fun fact, that is the most sampled song or the most sampled person in like all of hip hop history.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Recently, I was just going through some.
Well, there's a full song with that line.
With the "I Get Money" with 50 Cent. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. If you go back just through all of hip hop's existence, that's the most sampled song forever. He probably,
I believe that.
He probably gets a dime off of it either.
No.
He probably
Back in the 90s.
No royalties. Yeah. No publishing.
Yeah.
There's no Suge.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Did you think about it? By the way, 8150 939 is the number. 3831 939 is the text line. Same question to you, Tanner. Listen, 10 years from now, you're going to be asked about this run of 2025. What play or plays is your mind going to immediately go to?
Well, mine, first we actually could have we would have won Saturday, but we got screwed.
Ooh, is that? I know that's Mark Blankenbaker's number one.
Yeah, no, I mean that's not my number one, but because
Mark was not letting. Steve, I could feel the Blankenbaker energy off that tweet, and it just kept showing up on my timeline every time I scroll back. And listen, and here's the thing: at the time, I was doing the all right, let it go, And, come on, get back to it. Come on, guys, don't break down, blah, blah, blah. And after I saw that slow-mo clip up and those still pictures later on, I got angry and it turned into if we lose this thing.
Yeah, right. Because it's like, dude, that inning gave them the go-ahead run. Like, I mean, or we probably win that game Saturday. And it's a 2-game sweep, which whatever. I mean, when it works out, it works out, and it's
let it
easy
go.
to just be like, let it go. But then again, I'm like, yeah, but it might get me next time. So
every time there was,
let it go.
I did enjoy every time there was anything judged foul towards the end of that last game. The crowd was just giving it to the ump.
But I think my overall would be Eddie King's go ahead there where he's on second base clapping. You know what I mean? Like, I think that visual for me is what I'll kind of, I already talked about the triple play, which to me was just incredible. I mean, because the moment, double play. God, look, I'm calling it a triple play. It felt like it.
No,
it's like one
because
down.
you said 1, 2, 3 out,
Yeah, but you're right. I know, but you're still, one out, bases loaded. It was like, okay, we're going down here. How much is the question? Like, that was kind of my mindset, because baseball's so funny. Because like Drew talked about it this morning, just how it's like you have to just get right back up on the horse like so quickly.
Playoff baseball.
Dude, I mean, like somebody hits a home run and you're celebrating and they run the bases and, and you're like, let's go. You go grab something to drink and you come back and you look and you're like, they're 2 pitches into the next at bat. or like Drew put it perfectly this morning. He's like, when somebody it's 2 strikes and you're like, all right, here we go. Foul. All right, get back to it. Here we go. It's like, oh.
I know if I would have had to deal with what's his name, Cuvée.
Yeah. What I'm sorry. I was like, don't do that.
How angry was Cuvée making you during the game, Steve?
So mad.
You would love him on your team, Steve.
Yes. Of course.
He was making me so angry.
I've never cheered louder than when he lost the ball in the sun.
I got the call right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I like what he said about sunglasses.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
The 1-0 to Davis. Lifted down the left field line in foul territory. It's Cuvée, and he can't find it. Daniel Cuvée took steps behind the bag, tried to look for that baseball. He does not have sunglasses on. Shielding the eyes, he dropped to the ground, and that ball dropped in foul territory. It's a strike for Davis and a 1-1 count. Where are the shades? This guy plays in Miami. How do you not have sunglasses on? The shadow is directly below him.
Tanner, go back to when he drops the ball. Because listen, you can collectively hear this reaction, Marcus. And this reaction is everybody was me. Ah! Listen, you can hear it.
The 1-0 to Davis. Lifted down the left field line in foul territory. It's Cuvée, and he can't find it. Daniel Cuvée took steps behind the back.
It's like a Bronx cheer.
Hey! Yeah, keep running your mouth. Running your mouth.
He was a good player. He was tough.
Oh, he's a great player. Are you kidding me? I mean, like, and the announcer even on Saturday, I mean, the announcer was like, he's due for a big hit. Home run. I was like, darn it. I know, yeah. So no, he was a great player. But man, it was
how angry was E squared when they dropped that fly ball?
First off, you got to stop with the double E and the E squared stuff.
What do you mean? Did you know who I was talking about?
Yes, very off-putting.
He's E squared from now on, Steve. What do you mean? I've been watching him all year.
This is my guy.
It's my guy, obviously.
How much of his NIL have you paid?
He doesn't handle himself like a freshman. It's my guy, Steve.
No, it was
how angry was E Square, Steve?
I mean, probably very, but I mean, Dexter says I wasn't impressed with Miami's hitters. Yeah, I mean that's fair. But I mean, Miami was like a three. They were a 3 seed. Like they weren't great, really.
Like I think our pitching was better than their hitting was.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we're a better team. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if you say was it bad hitting or good pitching, I would definitely lean closer to good pitching, or a lot heavier on the good pitching side.
No, we did really good. Yeah, we did. I thought we played really well in that aspect. But yeah, I mean, it was Texter says getting picked off the bases loaded is truly what doomed us Saturday. And I'm like, you're right, but I'm not going to accept it because I don't take when it's Louisville, I don't take responsibility for anything. So to me, we only got picked off because of that call.
I fight that one too because listen, we're aggressive. That is a calling card. Our aggressive base running. You are going you are going to get caught leaning once or twice. You know,
but also
go ahead.
But then there's also this aspect of it. One of the reasons 93.9 was created. So people like Steve Rummage could be on here and things aren't fair. I don't have to be fair.
We are the balance of the universe.
Yeah, from 10 to noon, we're not unbiased journalists. We're not fair. we just say everything is
fairly positive
through the lens of Louisville.
Fairly positive, Steve.
So stop being so so texter. Don't be so they're actually a great texter. I'm just messing with them. But yeah, don't be so level-headed. We got screwed on the call.
Yeah. You know what? I still might have to say, if in 10 years, I say, remember the foul call.
Yeah.
Or non-call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that still might go to the foul ball, to the pole call.
Yeah.
A couple years back.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I will say, I mean,
I don't know
the texter is right on the one though. I mean, like we were quite. I mean, some of the leads were quite wide. It was like, okay, we don't have to be that far. But you're right too. You're aggressive, and at the end of the day, you win. And Dan McDonald could say the same thing that I say flipped around. He could say, well, Steve, being that aggressive though keeps them off balance. And yeah, it might have cost us on Saturday, but it's why we won on Sunday.
And if it keeps your pitchers uncomfortable, like I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I do not mind it at all. You know, like I said, you got some. Oh, that was a bad moment, though, Steve.
It was a bad moment. It was a terrible moment.
So if you lose,
we won.
Yeah, if you lose, that's the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm throwing a hissy fit about that, but they didn't. And now we head to Omaha, and it's exciting, man. Listen,
and
I'm really excited for it.
Anybody can get it in Omaha.
Yeah. It's like making the Final Four, man. I mean, once you make the Final Four, anybody can win this.
You have something on your team that can.
Yeah, anybody can win this thing. And I will say one thing I definitely want to get to really quick before we go to break was Dan McDonald said in that interview with Drew this morning. It was fantastic. He was like, which I mean, again, he covered so much, like serious. Like, I mean, it was one of probably the most important interviews in a long time. But he said the scarcity of tickets he almost likes. And I know some people out there didn't like that because, but it's like, man, like that, you almost need that scarcity every once in a while of like, you might go, man, $150 for season tickets. Why don't I just go ahead and get those?
Right.
And if we make a regional or super regional, I've got those, and because man, it was a tough place to get in this weekend. It wasn't easy to go to that game, necessarily.
Okay, play us out, Tanner. I'm sure Steve hears my breathing.
Nick's here now. Nick showed up and just took over like he's just part of the show again. So here he is.
Did you miss me?
I'm back. He's like the dude flying into the Independence Day ship.
Hello, boys. I'm back. Go ahead and play us out. We'll keep it rolling along here Monday morning, 9 through 9 Deville.
Hey, this is Michael from Extreme Auto Sound and Marine. Are you needing to upgrade your vehicle's audio? At Extreme Auto Sound and Marine, we have the knowledge and products to improve your mobile audio experience. With lake season fast approaching, it's time to think about your marine and power sports audio. XAS has options from JL Audio, Fusion, and Kicker to make you the loudest on the water or in the woods. Needing Apple CarPlay or Android Auto in your vehicle? We can do that too. Wanting to add a dash cam, a remote start, replace factory speakers, or add a subwoofer? Extreme Auto Sound can cover that. Send me a message through our website at xas502.com.
Attention all men in need of a medical and cosmetic wingman. That's all of us, by the way. We have the team you've known for years with a different name to help you out. Anu, formerly 25 again, is your partner for concierge medicine, Botox, skincare, GLP weight loss meds, and of course, testosterone. But we've known that for almost 15 years. So whether you need to refill any of your testosterone or GLP or get medicine for a cold without sitting at the dock in a box for 2 hours, become a member at Anu. That's ENNU. The website is ENNU.co.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Louisville. Are you looking to increase your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Have we got the event for you? Join LifeSearch Saturday, June 21st at Freedom Hall for a one-day experience that'll inspire and equip you to multiply your resources for kingdom impact. Be empowered by world-renowned speakers like two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, best-selling author and coach John C. Maxwell, world's #1 motivational speaker Nick Vujicic, star of Duck Dynasty Willie Robertson, pastor and author Craig Groeschel, president of Proverbs 31 Ministries Lisa Turkhurst, powerhouse entrepreneur Ed Milet, worship by Natalie Grant, and more. Seats are selling fast for this unforgettable event. Don't miss your chance to grow spiritually, financially, and personally in this powerful one-day experience. Go to LifeSearch.com now and secure your tickets before they're gone. LifeSearch, Saturday, June 21st at Freedom Hall. Don't wait. Your adventure starts here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
It's time to suck some heads and gobble some booty meat. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's the best way to eat crawfish, and you best keep that in mind because Lulu in Middletown is having its inaugural crawfish boil June 28th from noon to 5 p.m. $30 a person. Enjoy all-you-can-eat crawfish and all the Low Country classics. They got live music by the Hot Sauce Brass Band, ice-cold beer and cocktails, and portion of proceeds benefits Love City. So get your crawfish on June 28th from noon to 5 p.m. at Lulu Middletown.
Did want to remind you guys again about our friends at First Choice Insulation. They are your local attic crawl space insulation experts. They provide top quality insulation solutions, and they have worked on some of the best residential and commercial projects around town, including Denny Crum Hall, which looks great. You're going to want to keep your house cool in the summer, warm in the winter. That means you're going to want your insulation to be where it needs to be. Call First Choice Insulation. Mention ESPN Louisville. You'll get $100 off your next project. Also, check them out online, 502insulation.com. That's our friends, First Choice Insulation. They're your locally owned insulation experts, 502insulation.com.
Road trip. This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin. Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. With warmer weather ahead, don't wait for an emergency. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Now, when you buy a complete Train system, receive 10-year parts and labor warranty and up to $1,000 rebate on a high-efficiency system. It's hard to stop a Train, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that. And often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529.
Marcus.
Offices Louisville.
What's going on?
Friends, it's David with Chick-fil-A Stony Brook and Chick-fil-A Bardstown Road.
You said what?
The days
I can't
get
hear you.
longer and brighter. We're celebrating.
Did you want to play the Dan McDonald interview?
Of course, Nikki.
All right, cool. All right, give me a sec to cut it.
It's not cut yet.
No, I just got here.
Ask Steve if somebody else cut it already. I
I'll
thought
go look.
Steve was supposed to be on it. Okay. Yeah, go see, please.
All right, here we go. Coming back.
Visit us online at LouisvilleCFA.com.
The official broadcast partner of all U of L athletics, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Why is there an unsubscribe button on your email?
I don't know.
If you ever get, like, hypothetically, a Kohl's, if they get your email,
Yeah.
Steve, you're finished.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're finished. You might as well close that account. And you can't have email notifications on your phone if they find your account.
That's absolutely fair.
I bet they have 1,000. If you like, they have I'm sure they have a program that if you unsubscribe or block, it just activates the next one in line. What is it like?
Yeah.
Hydras that just have another head pop up?
Yeah. Just one goes, another one comes up.
It's insane. And like I said, I don't even usually pay attention. I don't usually worry about unsubscribing. And it's usually easy to just swipe the thumb and delete. And it's just, but the calls hypothetically is driving me insane. Okay, Steve.
Go
ahead.
Well, by the way, we just got the new Chick-fil-A chicken tenders. Just got.
I saw those.
Oh my goodness, are they good? Wow, man, they got a big thing of mac and cheese, and we got the Chick-fil-A chicken tenders with the sauce, and it's incredible.
With the classic sauce.
Oh yeah, no, it's so good. I mean, these are amazing. Actually, I'm like, oh my god!
Shout out to Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah. Also, quick shout out. I'm going to be out at Next Level Ranges tomorrow. Yeah.
I was supposed to be there before you.
Well, you can come out there if you want.
I'm supposed to be out there, not you,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be out there tomorrow. Excited about that. That will be set up out there, getting ready. I'm going to do the Father's Day. I'll be sharing some stuff about, but we're going to do the Father's Day out there.
Okay, that's perfect.
In a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm going to take my dad out there, my oldest son, and do some shooting and some food and stuff like that. So it's I'm really excited to get out there tomorrow.
And Mr. Maben has slipped that in on every Saturday morning sanity check call.
Yeah.
Hey, look here. Yeah. Make sure you I don't know the details, but make sure you get that gun range thing taken care of. Because when I get up there, I don't want to be no disappointments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hypothetically, Marcus, if you wanted to do the show somewhere else tomorrow, you could come out there with me.
If you're up for it.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Get on out
there. I know, yeah, it would be weird, but we could do that. So
what is Bosch doing right now?
Just sitting in there, he's wheeling and dealing. Look, I told him, I said, hey, this is what I need, and he was like, man, he's like, I would like, would you like to do a show out there? He's like, they really like to have y'all out there. I was like, absolutely. Look, I can't guarantee. I'm not speaking for Marcus. I was like, but I'll definitely be out there in the morning. And he just brokered that within the last hour. So
does Bosch have a bubble coat on the back of his chair?
He did.
Why was that on his chair?
I don't know. He does a lot of odd stuff. He's a very odd character.
Steve, I went there the other evening, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at his chair and I'm like, I know good and well he wasn't running around with that bubble coat on.
Yeah, he does. He's a weird guy, man.
I was like, I'm hoping you just put that there for padding. Look, maybe you need lower back padding or something on the chair.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. He's but he does get some stuff done. We'll say that.
Obviously. Steve.
Yeah.
This is still Louisville at the end of the day, right?
It is.
Steve, what did you learn about your basketball team this weekend? Any individuals?
Well, I mean, we got
since we've been on air last.
Yeah, they did drop videos. They've been dropping like videos one by one, and we got an Ali Khalifa one. Which was a nice workout video.
I like his second jump.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to be a big piece.
I like his second jump.
Piece. Yeah, I don't know if we realize how big of a piece he's going to be.
Looks like he has nice touch.
Well, then let's do this. Do you want to go to break? Do we need to go to break first, Nick, or just go straight to it? Do you want to go ahead and let's play the Dan McDonald interview from Drew this morning? It was a pretty important one.
Okay, I'm assuming it was kind of long.
Very long.
Okay. So we'll check out 939 the bill.
Stick is 9 of 9 on steals. There are 4 double digits on the card, and obviously he is on the cusp. See if they put him in motion with the hit and run here with Rose. 2-0 our score. First offering is a shot into left field. That ball is down. Pike had a good lead. He will take off. They're going to send him. The relay will not be in time. It's an RBI double, and it's 2-1 Miami.
So that got the runs going there for the Cards. They would obviously close that and playing a lot of clips from Sean this morning, and they are off to Omaha, just like everybody thought going after the ACC tournament, right? Dan McDonald with us here. So, Dan, man, congratulations! What a few weeks here for you.
Yeah, thanks. It's been obviously the journey has been so much fun, and this year more so probably than others. I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah, we're done, buddy. See you, man.
And the coaches, and just what.